What up, my friends? Again, Happy New Year. It's the second day of January 2025. The future is now. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't celebrate. Motivate. Dedicate. Get out there. Take care of yourself. You know, we've all seen the crazy news about what happened in New Orleans, the Trump Tower in Vegas, the shooting in, what was it, Brooklyn or whatever. That was more. Anyway, I watched the Sean Ryan podcast a few weeks back, and they had this woman on there, I forget what her name is. Anyway, CIA analyst. I know. But some of them are doing work, right? She's a security expert, international, blah, 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 blah. And she was talking about how her team and her discovered that the October 7th thing was like one of many attacks to come, right? And it's gonna be vest people, that explode themselves, and these fighters that they just keep going and destroying as many as they can until they themselves are destroyed. And then you got, and it's allegedly ISIS and Al Qaeda, which it probably is, And anyway, that shit's gonna keep going down, with the airplane stuff and all that, and over the last, the crashes, everything, right? Like, stay off planes. I feel bad if you live in a big city, but keep your head on a swivel, stay out of large crowds, and take care of yourself. Really, physically take care of yourself. That's gonna help you mentally, it's gonna help you physically, it's gonna help you spiritually. I got the biggest, my newest, biggest compliment from my daughter this morning. She was making a coffee, and I was like motivating to come out here, and she's like, "Wow, you look skinny, Dad." Skinny for me. I look huge in this, but anyway, right? And I'm comparatively speaking, I am. And I was feeling all bloated because I'm up by 7 pounds from my lightest back in October, November, right before Thanksgiving. Anyway, and that gave me some motivation to come out here, right? And we were just talking about. I was like, "Oh, thank you for saying that." Thanks for noticing. She's like, "Oh yeah, everybody notices." I'm like, "Oh really?" And I'm like, "Well, it's like if you change mentally in the way that you interact with people and react to things, and the way I interact with you guys and your mom, my ex-wife, my girlfriend, and people, blah 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 blah, in society." And she's, I'm like, "If you have to tell them I've changed, have you really?" She goes, "Oh no, everybody notices the change in you." And you gotta understand, she hangs out. She lives half the time with her mom. I have a son as well. They live half the time every week with their mom and her husband, her new husband, and their friends and family out there, and those people see me as some of my worst, and of course, they're on her side of the family, so there's gonna be some judgment there, and same thing on my whatever, what I'm saying, but it's not there anymore. I've been invited to family gatherings with them, for my daughter, for my son, things like that. Well, for my daughter so far. But so things, it was just, it takes a while, right? Like, it takes a while for you to physically see the difference in you, right? It takes a while before you to notice the difference in the way that you react to people, places, and things, right? Especially situations that are somewhat negative, when you're under pressure, that's when you see how much you've changed, and then it takes even longer for the outside world to notice, right? First thing they notice is that I'm thinner, and then people talk with me, and they're like, "Wow, you've changed a lot," and again, if you have to tell them you've changed, have you really changed, right? And that gives me more fuel for the fire of coming out here every day, right? It just does. And so that gives me the extra motivation, because I do think about quitting, not like, I don't really entertain it, but it does cross your mind, like, man, what if I just quit now? What if I just stop doing this? And I don't like where my mind leads to, thinking like, oh, what will it lead to if I quit, right? What things will slowly or quickly, creep right back into my existence. So, it does cross my mind, but not in any kind of real way, Anyway, it's day 2 of 2025. The future is now. And I hope you're getting at it, whatever getting at it is for you, man. Happy New Year. Keep your head on the swivel, folks. Oh, that's what I was saying. But on the Sean Ryan podcast, she was saying that, they were going to start doing things like this, right? And then that attack happened in Germany, then here, and, And a lot of these people are homegrown. Not only have a bunch come over the border, but there's a bunch of military trained people. You got to be careful, folks. You got to be careful. I moved to the woods a long time ago for exactly these reasons. I've been talking about it for years. Like everything you see overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan and, Israel, I said, it's all coming to a street near you. Be careful, folks. Be vigilant, but take care of yourself and each other. Peace. Have a great day.